and about 7:45, this Japanese torpedo hit our ship. The way he did it, he got behind a group of Army investigative planes. He trailed in on the last one. He never was shot at all, but they saw him just drop his torpedo, and it came right. He picked us out because I guess he thought the admiral was going to be on there, and but he had some good information because he came over a whole lot of other ships and dropped his torpedo. But fortunately, his torpedo hit the screw, the propeller, and it exploded outside of our ship. But it blew a 40-foot hole in our ship, which almost sank us.
Wow.
And they saw him after he dropped it. He just flew on away. I was sleeping. That was on the starboard side, starboard propeller. I was sleeping over here right above the other side of the ship propeller.
Right.
And there was an 8-inch deck between me and that torpedo.
Wow.
And the deck was just like a washboard when it happened. And that's the only thing that saved my life. But it killed about 20 or 30 men.
Wow.
And we were just about to sink, and they were just about ready to give the signal to go overboard. But some tugs came up and joined in with our pumps, and they were able to keep us, our aft part of our ship, from getting below the water. And but one heartbreaking thing that happened that night, as when it hit, it threw me to the ceiling, and I hit the ceiling, and there was a lavatory over there with a mirror above it, and I hit the ceiling and then hit the mirror and then landed on the lavatory. It just cut me all, glass just cut me all up. But anyway, I heard this hatch. You could hear these hatches when they had a Marine by each one of those hatches, and you could hear those hatches when they were closing. And I heard that, and of course the lights were out, and I knew where I was since I'd lain on that lavatory, and I knew where I'd left my pants. And I grabbed my pants and got to that ladder and got out before that Marine closed that hatch. And that was below the water line. And I was the only one that got out. The rest of those officers, I guess 10 or 15 of them, were still down there.
Wow.
My cabin happened to be right by that ladder.
Wow.
Anyway, in a little while, somebody suggested that I go get cleaned up. And of course, we were thinking we were going to have to jump overboard, But anyway, I went up the passageway, and this is heartbreaking. And I got there, and you could hear this distinctive SOS, the code, tap, 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 tap. He was sending the message. But there was a hatch there, and there was a Marine standing by it, and everybody that was pleading with him to open the hatch. And he says, no, not until the captain comes down here and tells me that I can open that hatch. And so that kept up, and finally the captain came down, and he had I've forgotten what you call him, the guy that's in charge of all the safety of compartments and stuff. I've forgotten his name. But anyway, he consulted with that man, the captain did, and he told him, says, Captain, if you open that, we'll sink his ship. And so the tapping, we stood there and waited, and the tapping was no more. You talk about crying, you talk about senior officers crying, and including myself, because we knew there was somebody alive there, but we couldn't risk the ship. And the captain says, do not open the hatch. I remember that.